Some my students are often hesitant in asking about any question. So there's no question for which there's no answer. Every why has a wherefore. So this is the world of illat wa malul, cause and effect. But we don't know the prime mover and the prime or the first cause, who is also called the cause of the causes. Because cause is anything like an impetus, like a motive, or like a stimulant which produces an effect or a result. The outcome of industry, diligence, hard work is success. The harvest, the proceeds, the revenue, or the income of your crop, of your plantation, or the fructification or fruitfulness of your efforts is the reward promised to you by Allah. Man sa'a faqad wajada. आप अनरिवार्डेड नहीं रहेंगे, आप बगैर उजूर के, अजर के और जजा के नहीं रहेंगे, क्योंकि ये अल्लाह तबारक व तआला का वादा है आपसे. But the most important thing is your intention, as your inner desire, as your interior, as your internal perception of a reality, of a fact, not the external one. By externals and exteriors are ab extra and ab intra, from within, from outside. Ab intra, we know no one. We are not aware of any person's internal or inner self or implicit intentions. We know only explicit and exterior, extra and external things. And the applications of Islamic rules and tenets to these commands is called Islam. Iman means the inner self, the inner intention, and the inner confirmation or corroboration or confession or conviction or persuasion of the fact that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, is the last messenger, and his votary or his devotee or bondsman. Also, slave means banda. So that interior intention, with a plethora of sins, with multiplicity of violations of Islamic rules, you are still eligible for entry into paradise. Sooner or later, that is a condition. Because you will have to be purified, you will have to be cleansed, you will have to be qualified and authorized to enter paradise by going through or enduring these chastisements for your qualification. Indeed, I want to convey the message to my younger generations that anything which promotes virtue is of great reward before Allah. And anyways, irrespective of the fact that it brings perks and privileges and many material benefits, still that is a hindrance and obstacle in the way of pleasure of God. God is displeased, God's wrath is brought by such activities, by corruption, by malfeasance, by being malefactor instead of a benefactor, by being malevolent instead of being benevolent, by being benedictor instead of by being maledictor or cursing someone instead of excusing him or forgiving him. So, benediction is better than malediction, and to the most possible extent, you must avoid such things as to invoke God's wrath on any innocent or any guilty person. Because if you spit straight up into the sky, the same spittle falls upon you. Likewise, the arrow shot upwards, vertically upwards, falls upon you or your head. Names and abuses like roosters come home to roost. It's a fact that an axe falls on a straight tree first. If you are fair and square, there will be many difficulties and hurdles and many complications the society will create for you because you are in their way. You are an obstacle and an obstruction in the promotion of their wishes, aspirations. So, sooner or later, they will find some contrivances and some devices for your removal from the scene, but God is on your part. And if He is on your part, you cannot lose. You will always be a winner by losing the external things, the temporary and transient things. You will be recorded as a devout person and slave of Allah in the book of Allah, in the record of Allah, in the register of Allah, being noted down by recording angels on our shoulders. Thank you very much. It is a very short video, and I wanted, that's an inspiration that I would deliver a lecture about virtues and vices. So always promote virtue and virtuous people and righteous people by force, by your hand, by practical application of your faculties. If that's impossible, then you can verbally about messages about using these multimedia. You can use these things to counter the bad and harmful effect of these gadgets on the Muslim. If that is also impossible and there are hurdles, and by doing these good things you are expected to face some hurdles too. So, if you can't tolerate or put up with these things, you must have to develop a hatred and an aversion for these things, and you must hate these vices for the sake of Allah. May Allah bless us all. Thank you very much.